276DO Glasgow, WCLU.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Welcome to Monday, and what's shaping up to be another harrowing day at the airports. Correspondent Lilia Luciano is at LAX.
It's been very hectic.
June has seen an average of 2.2 million travelers a day go through security checkpoints. John Settlemeyer of Mississippi had his flight schedule pushed by almost a whole day. 20 hours.
Sad to miss Father's Day with my daughter.
Within the past 72 hours, more than 14,000 domestic flights have been delayed or canceled. A heat wave that baked the Central Plains over the weekend is on the move today. Forecaster Bob Oravec at the National Weather Service.
Currently, the heat advisories are out across parts of the upper Mississippi Valley, anywhere from Minnesota, Wisconsin, southward into eastern portions of South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, and western Iowa.
Beginning this week, children as young as 6 months can get COVID shots. CBS's Tom Foti is in Washington.
Federal regulatory agencies have given their authorizations. Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines can be given to small kids 5 and under, and the shots should start showing up in vaccination sites in the next few days.
Pfizer's version requires 3 shots, Moderna's only 2. Swimming's international governing body has effectively banned trans athletes from elite women's competitions. Sid Ziegler with Outsports magazine calls it a
major blow to the inclusion of trans women in women's sports.
The new policy applies to trans women who've gone through all or even the initial part of male puberty. Officials say they want to protect what they call competitive fairness and the performance gap that begins to emerge between men and women at around 12 years old. Former President Trump attended rallies in Tennessee and Mississippi over the weekend, insisting the 2020 election was stolen. He also attacked his former Vice President Mike Pence, who we learned last week had come within 40 feet of an angry, violent crowd at the Capitol on January 6th. Congressional investigators will hold another public hearing tomorrow. Democrat Zoe Lofgren tells CBS's Face the Nation.
We are doing what we were asked to do when the committee was formed, which is to find the truth, lay it out, and we will also be making legislative recommendations.
A large-scale mammogram survey finds a wide range of outcomes when it comes to detecting breast cancer among different racial and ethnic groups. It was led by researchers at the University of North Carolina. More from CBS's Michael George.
They said the disparity in the exam's accuracy may be due to the equipment used and the skill of the technicians operating it, but that none of the screenings fell below minimal acceptable standards.
This is CBS News.
To do more with a Latitude laptop and provide innovators with the tools to succeed, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. For advice and expertise, call 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you owe the IRS $8,000 or more? Are you a few years behind on your filing? Are you going through an audit and have no idea what to do? You need an ally, fast. Ally's Tax Relief Negotiators can protect you from all IRS collections, but have you called them today? Their team of enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs are your allies to fix all your tax problems. Take the first step to getting the IRS off your back. Call Ally's Tax Relief today for a free consultation. 800-957-0325. Ally's Tax Relief. 800-957-0325.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
An environmental group says new efforts to clean up plastic in the ocean are working.
A new Australian study's found efforts to minimise our waste reduction habits are working.
So we know that economic incentives work. Bins that are close and convenient for people really does work.
Researcher Denise Hardesty, who says the policies have led to about 29% less plastic being found in the ocean compared with the same amount nearly 10 years ago. Moves to refund some refuse also helped. Scott Mayman for CBS News, Brisbane, Australia.
Craft breweries in this country are hoping to cash in on the coffee crowd. The Wall Street Journal says many struggling with rising costs are offering non-alcoholic drinks to lure customers in the morning. Bigger Staff Brewing in Atlanta offers 5 options, including decaf oat cappuccino. Morning brews there have become 7% of total sales, and now they're using it as an ingredient in some of their beer. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Beshear. Maybe you've heard switching to Beshear to pay for health care can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Beshear is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Beshear works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
Have you heard about the new online home for the Glasgow EPB? Well, it isn't just a new-looking website. It's a whole new way to manage your Glasgow EPB services. At the all-new GlasgowEPB.com, you can take care of paying your bill online like always, but you can also request or transfer your Glasgow EPB services, access customer support guides, easily sign up for GEPB alerts, and learn about all available products and programs. So check it out today, GlasgowEPB.com.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Let's get ready to move forward here today, shall we? Good morning, live on WCLU, 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour. Yes, it's going to be a hot week, but I'm going to tell you it's pleasant out there right now. The humidity is not so high, and the temperature is at a very pleasant 55-degree temperature reading. So if you want to get out and enjoy it, get out and enjoy it here while we have time this morning, okay? I got to tell you about some birthdays. First things first today. We got nice folks on the list, including, let's see, where did I put that list? Here it is. It's Melissa Williams having a birthday today. Blondell Gibbons, Judy Riley. Miss Tommy Foster is 95 today. Mr. Ryan Hinckley celebrates. Catherine Thomas. Tommy Wells. It's Pam Waters' birthday. Braylon Harper celebrates. Mom and Dennis called in to wish that a happy birthday for Braylon Harper this morning. Kelsey Bird is 22. We have twins on the birthday list today, too. It is Ava and Clark Russell. The Russell twins, Ava and Clark, are turning 8 today. How about that? 651-9149, 800-956-1023, and we're online for you here, WCLUradio.com. Let's see, I have one anniversary, I should say. It's Mike and Donna Ree Shipley. It is the 41st anniversary of Mike and Donna Ree Shipley today. How about that? Now, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, we're here for you, WCLUradio.com. So let's talk more about the weather forecast today. It's a very simplistic forecast for the next several days, in fact. Nothing but sunshine. Sunny today and a high of 89. Clear tonight and a low of 63. Sunny and hot Tuesday, a high of 94. Tuesday night, clear, a low of 68. Wednesday, sunny and hot, a high of 97. Did you hear that? The weather forecast is consists of two words, sunny and hot. The barometer this morning is at 30.20, 92% humidity. The winds are very calm, and the rain gauge is empty as can be. So that's where we are, 55 on the table this morning. Live and locally yours from WCLU. Let's get the morning going. Brendan Crane is in the newsroom. He's got the live and local 6 o'clock morning edition as we continue right here.
Anderson windows and doors with Stormwatch protection are designed to meet building codes for coastal locations from Maine to Miami, Gainesville to Galveston. And they're on guard even when no one is home. Anderson windows and doors with Stormwatch protection. The uglier the weather gets, the more beautiful they become.
See the full line of Anderson windows and doors at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Anderson Windows. Come home to Anderson.
Looking to buy a home? Look to the mortgage professionals at U.S. Bank. Amy Stafford, mortgage lender for the Barron County market, knows buying a home can be a scary process. She has the experience to help you decide how much home you can afford, whether a conventional fixed or adjustable rate loan or FHA or VA may fit your situation. Call Amy at 659-3200. She'll take the time necessary to answer all of your questions. You'll feel good about choosing U.S. Bank to partner with in purchasing your first or your next home. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. One thing's for sure, seasons do change. We might not be able to predict the date of the next cold snap, but at Southern States in business since 1923, we've seen some patterns. We're ready to fill your tanks and make sure you won't be chilled out by the seasonal changes. Southern States is ready to help you with seed and fertilizer for your pastures and your home lawns. We just love helping our customers prepare for the next season. We're Southern States, 300 Sampson Street in Glasgow.
Good morning. It's Monday, June 20th, 2022. Welcome in to WCLU Local News. It's great to have you with us today as we start off this very busy week. 6, 11, and 55 degrees today. And as you've heard, the weather is going to get a little bit warmer this week again. So we've had a nice weekend as a little bit of a cool off, really. Though we stay toward the 80-degree mark, we are going to see some heat this week as well. By midweek, could be in those heat index values again over 100. Well, developing news from the weekend, a shooting along Bryant Street in Glasgow apparently happened around noon Saturday, and police responded to that pretty quickly, as we learned from this report with WCLU's Angela Briggs.
2 were taken to jail and 1 victim sent to TJ Sampson after a weekend drive-by shooting. Just after 11 a.m. on Saturday morning, Glasgow police say that a vehicle began circling the area around Bryant Street, eventually stopped at a residence. A man inside the vehicle then pulled out a gun and began firing, striking one person in the hand. The victim of the gunshot wound then left and went to a residence on North Ray Street, where they were transported to TJ Sampson for treatment. Glasgow police had Bryant Street shut down for a short time while they investigated. By 1 p.m., however, Glasgow police had 2 suspects in custody, James Smith and Stephen Brown, both of Glasgow. Glasgow Police Chief Jennifer Arbogast says that it was an all-hands-on-deck, with officers that were not on duty coming in to help with the investigation. I asked her about the quick turnaround time from incident to arrest.
It shows that they put their training to use.
Both Smith and Brown were charged with possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, wanton endangerment, and tampering with physical evidence. Additionally, Smith faces a second count of wanton endangerment. With shootings like this being in the headlines nationwide in recent months, Chief Arbogast said that Glasgow police will continue to do everything they can to make Glasgow as safe as possible.
They go out and give it everything they got, just as if it was their family, and that's the way they look at it.
Glasgow police say additional arrests are pending in this case. The reason for this shooting has not yet been released. I'm Angela Briggs.
All right, thank you, Angela. And again, you just heard there that shooting, it's a little unclear about what the details are around it, though we know it happened. We'll continue to pursue that and be the first to let you know what happened there. In other news around Glasgow, a woman who allegedly threatened a local veterinarian and employees of TJ Regional Health earlier last week has been arrested. 35-year-old Rebecca Cooper of Glasgow was served a warrant at her Adams Place apartment on Thursday evening. Court records say she was summoned on 3 charges: third-degree terroristic threatening, harassing communications, and first-degree stalking. Cooper allegedly visited the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow last Monday and became irate with doctors doctors and staff, a complaint warrant saying she allegedly made threats too. Authorities say the incident was not the first time Cooper had exhibited such behavior. The situation had persisted over the last few weeks, and according to a Facebook post she made, quote, "They're scared of a 90-pound girl with osteoarthritis," unquote. Now, the woman is alleged to have said doctors and staff were racist and made comments about the KKK. TJ Pavilion staff saying that she also became belligerent while on the premises. Authorities made her leave the pavilion, and she was issued a ban letter the next day. Several threats and deranged comments were posted to her social media, as you just heard, and she targeted 2 physicians and a local veterinarian. Authorities say she made those threats to a local attorney as well, and her post included rants that referenced a mass shooting or mass shootings. And Cooper is lodged at the Barron County Jail on a $10,000 cash bond. She's scheduled to appear in court today at 12:30, and that will be in Judge Gabe Pendleton's courtroom in Barron District Courts. Well, several cities, we've talked about this a little bit, but several cities across the area are receiving some additional ARPA money from the federal government, which is passing down to the state and then to local communities. Over $162 million is being dispersed across the state as a part of these fundings from the state, and these are going to be given to the Department for Local Governments, which will then be responsible for distributing the funds. We understand that the city of Cave City is getting $324,158.38. City of Edmonton, $213,121.44. City of Glasgow, $1,935,463.37. And the City of Park City, $74,692.72. Now, those are only just a few of the cities that are mentioned on this very exhaustive list of 360 non-entitlement cities, which are those with populations under 50,000 that did not file for a different distinction with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The governor's office announcing that these funds were going out Thursday, and of course they will continue to go out until these cities here locally and across the state get all of that money. On this morning's 911 report, there was one incident yesterday. We understand there was an accident with injury at 2:15 in the afternoon at 2483 Temple Hill Road. And looking at the weekend report on Saturday, there were 2 incidents. One was an accident with injury on Tompkinsville Road there in the 1600 block. That happened about at 1:56 Saturday afternoon. There was a house fire at Crump Road at 3:02 on Saturday. And then looking at Fridays, there are 2 incidents noted there. A house fire at Bunch Road at 10:51 in the evening, and then earlier Friday morning, an accident with injury along Wilson Road. It's 6:17, 55 degrees. Stay right there. We'll be right back with an update of more community news right here on WCLU.
Super easy streaming TV from SCRTC with MyStream TV. Fiber customers can search for SCRTC on a favorite device and download the MyStream TV app. Then call SCRTC to get signed up. Same great live TV service now streaming next to your favorite apps. No more boxes, no more wiring. With MyStream TV, watch up to 3 live streams at once. Go back and catch up TV and restart current TV from the beginning. Even works on your smartphone and tablets. So good news, SCRTC Fiber customers. You can start some super easy streaming TV by calling today.
WCLU celebrates the Best of Barron with a Best of Barron Bash, and you're invited. Saturday, June 25th from 9 till 1. We'll be outdoors in the back parking lot of the Glasgow Water Company. There'll be food, vendors, food truck, and live music from Mason Gentry, all to celebrate success of Best of Barron. In addition, we're inviting everyone who was nominated in the Best of Barron competition to come set up a booth and be a part of the fun. To reserve your booth space, call 270-651-9149. Help us Saturday, June 25th.
Click and listen to our quality audio stream. WCLUradio.com. WCLUradio.com.
Welcome back into WCLU News. 6:19 on the dot, 55 degrees on this Monday, June 20th. As you've heard already this morning, temperatures are going to be on the rise this week. Once again, last week, a very warm week, and then we're looking ahead at the same thing this week. We're looking at temperatures today that are going to get to about a high of 90 with a light south wind, so it's going to be pretty warm out there. Tonight, going to get to about a low of 62, and by Tuesday, a high near 90 99. Wednesday, midweek, that's where the concern is. The sunny and hot skies again, high near 101. So again, it's not really even going to be the heat index value that you're concerned about. It's the temperature that's going to be right there. It's going to actually feel like it this week, and it's certainly going to be that temperature. Should taper off a little bit by the weekend, but not by much. It's going to be hot all week long around these parts. 619, 55 degrees. In other news this hour, well, we've been talking about a lot of local news, but what's going on around the state at this time? The mayor of Louisville was punched in the city's 4th Street Live Entertainment District on Saturday night. The Louisville Metropolitan Police Department tweeted that Democratic Mayor Greg Fisher is doing fine. The department has released photos of a suspect they're trying to locate. Police in Kentucky's largest city say they will release more information as it becomes available. A Kentucky judge who was removed from office 2 months ago is running again. The Judicial Conduct Commission voted unanimously in April to permanently remove Davis family judge Julie Hawes Gordon for attempting to influence criminal cases involving her adult son. However, the commission does not have the power to prevent Gordon from running again. A state lawmaker tells the Messenger Inquirer that a blanket prohibition would require a constitutional amendment, but there are other options. The Judicial Conduct Commission could have sought a voluntary agreement from Gordon not to run again. In addition, the General Assembly can impeach judges, and those judges who lose their law licenses cannot seek re-election. The Kentucky Supreme Court has agreed to consider a lawsuit that seeks to re-erect a statue of a Louisville civic and military leader who fought for the Confederacy before later renouncing it. The Courier-Journal reports the statue of John B. Castleman stood for 107 years near Louisville's Cherokee Park before it was removed in June 2020. It was vandalized several times before its removal, and it is currently in storage. A group called Friends of Louisville Public Art filed a lawsuit challenging a 2019 decision from Louisville's Landmarks Commission that the monument could be taken down. The Kentucky Court of Appeals ruled against the group, and now the state Supreme Court will review that case. And finally, Governor Andy Beshear has declared a state of emergency for a western Kentucky town struggling with a water shortage. Beshear's office says state officials are expected to travel to Marion to implement a plan aimed at ensuring that families have access to water. Beshear took the action Saturday, hours after receiving a request from Marion officials. The water shortage in the Crittenden County town stems from having to drain Lake George, the town's primary reservoir, because of a levee failure. That, coupled with limited rainfall and unseasonably hot weather, caused the water shortage to become critical. And we do want to let you know, of course, there are 2 committee meetings that are happening ahead of the Barron Fiscal Court meeting that's slated for Tuesday at 9 a.m. The jail committee is going to be meeting just before that fiscal court gathering at 8:45 tomorrow morning. They're going to be looking over a couple of things: the annual review of the jail policies and procedures, and they're going to be looking over a contract. And then just before that, the Administrative and Budget Committee of the court is meeting at 8 a.m. Both of those meetings happening there at the Barron County Government Center on the 3rd floor in the fiscal court chambers. That committee there is going to be looking at the annual review of the county administrative code, an interlocal agreement with the Drug Task Force, courthouse cleaning services, and looking at an addendum to a memorandum of understanding with the administrative office of the courts. 623, 55 degrees. Be sure to check us out on the web, WCLUradio.com, and download our app. Have a great Monday.
Brennan Crane's local news coverage. Weekdays exclusively on WCLU Radio. Good Morning Live at WCLUradio.com and Facebook.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Juneteenth activities are continuing today in Frankfort. The 4-day celebration wraps up at Paul Sawyer Public Library today, where Darrell Van Leer will perform reenactments of some of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches given on the U.S. Capitol steps. The weekend of events kicked off with a race Friday evening and continued with a day of activities at Lakeview Park on Saturday. Governor Andy Beshear was on hand Saturday to announce that Anna Quarles had won the Focus on Race Relations essay contest, earning a $2,500 scholarship. Ashley Watts is the president and CEO of the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. She appeared on WKYT's Kentucky Newsmakers, and she shares some interesting results from a recent business survey.
But a recent survey actually showed that the workforce issue is still top concern for businesses. And though our numbers have gotten better over the last year since COVID, they're still very far down. And throughout the United States, there are 3 million less people working than there were pre-pandemic, if we kind of use those same levels. And so we still have a workforce issue here in Kentucky.
Watts says child care issues and the health and safety of workers are reasons people aren't returning to the workforce. Chase Simmons is facing sentencing after a jury found him guilty of 2 counts of murder and 1 count of assault. The jury returned the verdicts shortly after midnight Saturday morning in the Davis County case, going back to deliberate on a penalty recommendation. Jurors returned about an hour and a half later with a recommended sentence of 30 years on each murder count and a concurrent 5-year sentence on the assault charge for a total of 60 years. Simmons will receive his final sentence from a judge on July 27th. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's your man Buffalo Steel from the world-famous Snappy Roots, and I got a message for you. Never underestimate you. Never underestimate you.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship provides free tuition for Kentuckians who want to earn a degree in a high-demand career field. Go to workreadyky.com to learn more, or give them a call at 833-711-WRKS.
Available at the Kentucky Community and Technical College System.
Never underestimate you.
Hey, Ashley here on 97.5 WAMZ. Summertime is finally here, so as we hit the road and traffic increases, the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety is reminding motorists that we all play a part in keeping our roadways safe. Commit to these safe driving behaviors each and every time you get behind the wheel. Obey the speed limit, drive sober, buckle up, and put the phone down. Spare yourself a ticket and possibly a
For
lot.
over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
In my family, I'm the planner. From the weekly grocery list to the family vacation. Everything. All the details. Though planning for the end was something I left off my list. Then a friend told me about South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow. She said even though it wasn't on her to-do list, seeing them was one of the best planning decisions she'd ever made. South Central Kentucky Monuments showed her the different options they have available. Even an image of the finished monument. And since South Central Kentucky Monuments does all the stone carving in-house, it cost much less than she expected. They made the process easy to create the exact memorial she wanted. So my husband and I made a plan to see them. We are so happy with our decision. We encouraged our family and friends to do the same. It'll be the best planning decision you ever make.
Buy direct and save money at South Central Kentucky Monuments at the corner of East Front Street and Columbia Avenue. Family owned in Glasgow since 2010.
It is 6:28. You're listening to Good Morning Live on WCLU, 55 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Tommy Lee Two Fingers Davis, age 61 of Cave City, died Saturday. Tommy was born in 1960, a son of the late Russell Wilson Davis and Verna Laureen Davis. Tommy moved to Cave City a little over 30 years ago, where he quickly became a fixture in the community. You could find him out making the rounds through downtown, visiting with all of his friends, and he was never too busy to make a new one. He is survived by a daughter, Crystal Davis, a son, Robbie Compton, one granddaughter, Isabella Wagers, one sister, Donna Jean Wilson, one brother, Michael Davis. A celebration of Tommy Davis's life will be held on Sunday, June 26th from 2 until 5 at The Dive at 203 Broadway in Cave City. The Bob Hunt Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Tommy Lee Davis. Jimmy Crane, age 69, died Thursday at Signature Healthcare of Hart County. He was a son of the late Orville and Ruby Cross Crane. He was a concrete laborer. He was preceded in death by a brother, Tino Crane, and sisters Gladys Nunn and Linda Smith. Jimmy is survived by his siblings, Van Crane, Carlos Crane, Robert Crane, and Barbara William. A graveside service for Jimmy Crane will be at noon today at the Walters Community Cemetery. The Seagull Funeral Home is conducting the service. Michael Eddie Whitlow, age 60, of Glasgow, died Friday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He was the son of the late William Orby and Lula Bell Staples Whitlow. He was a veteran of the Kentucky National Guard. He is survived by a son, Christopher Eddie Whitlow, a daughter, Christy Renee Vibert, 6 grandchildren, Dalton, Logan, Weston, Cayman, Kelsey, and Regan, 3 brothers, David, Jimmy, and Billy, 4 sisters, Doris, Diana, Beverly, and Lisa, along with many nieces and nephews. Funeral services for Michael Eddie Whitlow will be at 2 o'clock Wednesday at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning. Marilyn Sue Kidd, age 79, of Nolensville, Tennessee, formerly of Munfordville, died Thursday at the TriStar Southern Hills Medical Center. She was a member of the River of Life Church in Smyrna, Tennessee. Before moving to Tennessee, she was a longtime member of the Munfordville Baptist Church. A 1960 graduate of Munfordville High School, she was a Kentucky colonel. She started her career as a social worker in Hart County and retired from the state of Kentucky, writing policy for child support enforcement. She is survived by 3 daughters, Tammy Kidd Hutton and her husband Lynn of Nashville, Julie Kidd Bird and husband Michael of Memphis, and Maylin Mitchell and her husband Chris of E-Town. 1 son, Todd Allen Kidd, and wife Rhonda of Horse Cave. 7 grandchildren, 1 sister, Karen Meredith Duncan, and husband Jim of Frankfort. 4 brothers, Jeff McPhilia and wife Tammy of Georgia, Bob Dishman and wife Jackie of Indiana, Carl David McPhilia and wife Linda of the Village, Florida, David E. McPhilia of Arizona, 1 sister-in-law, Carol Baldwin, and her husband Mike of E-Town. The family of Marilyn Sue Kidd will receive friends from 10 until 3 tomorrow at the Brooks Funeral Home. The funeral service will be at 3 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. A celebration of life service for Gene Wilkes, 92, will take place at noon on the 21st of June at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Visitation is from 10 until noon tomorrow at the funeral home. The funeral service for Gene Ross, 97, of Bowling Green, will be held at 11 o'clock this morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Poplar Log Cemetery. Military honors will be provided by DAV Chapter 20. Funeral services for Maurice McNeil of Glasgow will be at 11 o'clock today at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with lunch to follow at the Glasgow Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Services for Lee Crowder, 61, of Smith's Grove, will be at 2 o'clock Tuesday at the Vincent Church. Visitation begins today at 1 o'clock. Grayville Funeral Home is in charge. Marjorie McWhirter, 93, of Tompkinsville, died Friday at the Bowling Green Medical Center. Marjorie was retired from Handmacher's Garment Factory after 43 years. She was a member of the Tompkinsville Church of Christ. She is survived by 2 brothers, Tommy and R.J. Howard, a sister, Charlotte Haley, and several nieces and nephews. Graveside services for Marjorie McWhirter will be held at 1 o'clock today at the Old Mount Hermon Cemetery. Visitation begins at 10 o'clock this morning at the Bartley & Sons Funeral Home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU app. No login is necessary.
Most people will hesitate before planning a funeral in advance.
The funeral? We'll arrange that when the time comes.
But there's a lot to be said for advance planning. For one thing, you have the peace of mind of knowing that your arrangements have all been made. You can consider the options when your mind is clear, and you'll have the relief of knowing that your loved one will be well cared for. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
Look, I think we need to talk.
About what?
You're home late every day, smile on your face, talking about how great the thoroughbred is.
Who is she?
Who's who?
The little thoroughbred you're seeing.
Stop. It's Thoroughbred Express Wash. I joined the Thoroughbred Unlimited Wash Club.
And you take her to clubs, too. I see.
I take the car there. I drive in, pass by the license plate recognition camera, get the debug and wheel prep services, roll through the Soft Touch Express tunnel. The kids would love the LED light show, by the way.
Oh, don't bring the children into this charade you've been pulling.
Wait, look. I wash the car at Thoroughbred Express Wash. Use the free vacuums, towels, mat and glass cleaner, get some air freshener.
Is that what you call her perfume?
Yes, honey. She wears new car scent.
I'm sure she does.
Thoroughbred Express Wash offers 3 unique wash options for only $10 your first month when you sign up for Thoroughbred's Unlimited Wash Club. Thoroughbred Express Wash near Walmart in Russellville and on West Main in Glasgow.
Thanks for voting Thoroughbred Express Wash the best car wash in the Best of Barron survey.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by Key Cleaners on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow.
Looking for a great job working with friendly folks, competitive pay, and no weekends? Well, Key 1 Hour Cleaners in Glasgow is in need of a presser and a shirt presser. Apply in person at Key Cleaners location on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Key Cleaners is a family-owned business that's been successful over the past 35 years, providing great service and having the best employees. You should consider joining that group. Looking for a presser and a shirt presser? Apply at Key Cleaners, 401 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. We need you. Warming up, we just now hit the 57-degree mark. That's up from 55 a bit earlier this morning. Has a pleasant feel to it, but it's going to warm up pretty quickly. Sunny and 89 for the high today. Tonight's going to be clear and a low of 63. Tuesday, sunny and hot and 94. Tuesday night, clear with a low of 68. Wednesday, sunny and hot and a high of 97. Barometers at 30-20, 92% humidity, calm winds. 57. The weather brought to you by Key Cleaners in Glasgow. It's 6:35. We better get caught up on our Monday morning ag information.
A federal court in California has ruled that Monsanto's glyphosate registration is unlawful because it increases cancer risks and threatens endangered species. Hello, I'm Kellen Havikin with Agribusiness News on Brownfield. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned EPA's decision on Friday and said that the agency didn't adequately consider whether the weed killer causes cancer and neglected its duties under the Endangered Species Act. I'll have more news coming up next.
Hello everyone, this is Joe and Rachel Dotson from Best One Tire in Glasgow.
We wanted to personally thank you for supporting our tire and repair business at 100 Shawn Lane.
Many of our customers come to us for ag and truck tire, but did you know we are capable of serving any size car or pickup?
With over 300 stores behind us, our buying power means we can pass on to you the very best pricing in our area.
We have many tires and tubes in stock, and we can do alignments on just about anything that rolls.
I was raised in Metcalfe County. After being away for a few years, Joe and I brought our family back to the area, and nothing brings us greater pleasure than servicing our neighbors when they are broke down in the field or on the road. We are here for you. We want to help you by taking the stress out of buying your next tires. We will work with any budget, anytime.
Come in and find out why we are the fastest growing tire company in Glasgow. We love this business. We love this town. Pretty soon you will be coming to our new store out on Highway 90 right here in Glasgow.
Best One Tire and Service, creating one raving fan at a time.
Farmers who testified before the U.S. International Trade Commission say tariffs on fertilizer are detrimental to crop production and the global food supply. Nebraska grower Andy Jahman, representing the National Corn Growers Association, told members tariffs have led to shortages and record prices.
Shortages in UAN are altering what we decide to plant.
A recent study commissioned by the U.S. Meat Export Federation shows red meat exports add value to corn and soybeans raised in the U.S. The Juday Group conducted the study using 2021 export data. The founder says beef and pork exports accounted for 537 million bushels of corn usage and 99.3 million bushels of soybean usage. Major oil and gas players expanding its business into biofuel production. Chevron has acquired Iowa-based biofuel producer Renewable Energy Group. Clean Fuels Alliance America CEO Donnell Hagen.
As we start to see investments coming from the traditional oil and gas refiners, I think for us it really solidifies our position that the future of renewable energy is one of growth.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota LO1 series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See your local dealer, J&J Sales, on West Main Street in Glasgow.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See your local dealer, J&J Sales, on West Main Street in Glasgow.
And we certainly do appreciate the sponsorship of Best One Tire, as well as J&J Sales of our morning agriculture report. Let's get our morning birthday list updated right here. I've got a set of twins to tell you about today. I've got Ava and Clark Russell. That's Ava and Clark Russell. They are turning 8 today. Kelsey Bird is 22. Braylon Harper has a birthday. Mom and Dennis call that one in there, Braylon. It's Pam Waters. It's Tommy Wells. Catherine Thomas. Ryan Hinckley. Tommy Foster is 95 today. Judy Riley. It's also the birthday of Blondell Gibbons and Melissa Williams on the birthday list. Anniversary for Mike and Donna Reed Shipley, who is 41. Hot off of the press, Brendan just hands me the name of a very nice lady, Miss Celeste Hatchett. Celeste Hatchett, I'm going to write you on the list right now, Celeste. Congratulations. Did I tell you Mike and Donna Reed Shipley have their 41st wedding anniversary? I'm going to repeat that again if I did, because that's worth repeating. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, a very simple click here, WCLUradio.com.
A message from the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Most of us recognize the power of good habits. Also, we recognize just how difficult it can be to break a bad habit. It takes commitment, it takes work, it takes real effort. So as we consider today what our habits are, I wonder if our habits are similar to those of Jesus. Jesus was in the habit of going to a certain place and regularly praying. He had a habit of prayer, according to Luke 22:39 and 40. Can you say that it's your habit to pray? It's prayer that will help us to prepare for the future, fight temptation, and gives us strength. If you're not in the habit of praying, won't you seek to be more like Jesus Christ? Get into the habit of prayer. This is Bart Warren with the South Green Street Church of Christ, and we invite you to come and pray with us.
South Green Street Church of Christ, 306 South Green Street in Glasgow.
641, a few things I want you to know about here this morning. The TJ Health Pavilion is offering a bereavement support group that meets today from 2 until 2:30. If you would like to attend, Loretta Boone can hook you right up. Call her at 651-4430. The Glasgow Community Band is going to be presenting their annual concert on the Square this coming Thursday evening at 7 p.m. in front of City Hall. Music's going to be marches, patriotic music, popular music. The conductor is going to be Robbie Fudge, and we have the pleasure of having Robbie Fudge. He is going to be up here tomorrow live on the morning show to talk a little bit more about what's coming up with this always fabulous event. They're going to have a lot of things going on there that you're going to want to enjoy. So be sure and tune in tomorrow to hear Robbie and get planning for that. It's a busy week, lots going on. We'll come back here and get the archives going this morning. Let's find out where we've been for so long. No, it's not Tidbit News. Have to move those buttons further apart, I guess. It is the archives. 100 years worth of stuff that made a difference, that changed the landscape, that set up our progress, and explains how we got from point A to point B. Sam Terry, well-known historian, is going to join me, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. right as we hear from Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, the sponsor of the archive.
When there's work to be done, you get to it. And Joseph A. Wade Incorporated is here to help. They repair and make hydraulic hoses and repair hydraulic cylinders. If there's a problem, the Joseph A. Wade hydraulic team will help you find a solution. They're also a distributor for Croyle products. Plus, black and orange nitrile gloves are back in stock. Locally owned and operated, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated. Here to help since 1985. Located in the curve of Industrial Drive in Glasgow.
Sam Terry's up and running today. He's getting Monday started off on the right foot. How you doing, Sam?
Great.
Wait a minute. I didn't have your button turned on. Do that again.
I'm well. How are you?
I think I'm doing okay, except I got to get my button straight out right there. Anyway, we've had a pleasant weekend, a nice Father's Day weekend, a whole lot of activities going on. This is going to be a busy, busy week here in South Central Kentucky. And I got to tell you, in looking over the archives for this week, it has always been a busy week here over the last 100 years, it appears. Did you make that notice, Sam?
I certainly have.
Well, let's get started then. 1922, the Glasgow Times. We talked about this this game that was coming up back on Friday. Well, we've got the rest of the story here. Glasgow's baseball team rode special to Bowling Green Sunday, and before it started on the return journey, they had humbled the Bowling Green team 7-1 in a one-sided game. From the first inning, when Glasgow made her first run, it was apparent that they had the edge on the Bowling Green team, when was held scoreless until the 8th inning, when a lone tally was run on an error. Cummings pitched in a masterful way. The infield was tight, and the outfield performed brilliantly. Hits were made when needed, a total of 13 being garnered. It was a thrilling game all the way, but not one whit better than our boys play all the time. The umpiring was by 3 Bowling Green men and was all could be called fair and impartial. There was no kicking and no unpleasantness on the part of anybody, and the local fans are loud in their praise of the clean sportsmanship of the fans, the players, and the umpires of Bowling Green. That was truly a win-win-win, it sounds like, Sam Terry, from that big Bowling Green contest, except Bowling Green lost.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, they were. You don't. Not a lot of baseball stories are written complimenting the umpires, but they needed to.
No, but I will add, I've seen the original of that piece, and below it is the play-by-play, and it's literally a written account of the play-by-play that goes on for about 3 entire newspaper column pages.
Wow.
So someone was doing yeoman's work to record literally everything that happened there.
Well, yes, this is 1922. They had to have been doing it in shorthand. They had no other way to, record it and go back, or like a dictation machine or anything. They just had to watch it and write it down. And I guess the subscribers to the newspaper felt like they had been there, Sam. All right, let's go to 1932. This story is intriguing to me. Well, actually, this is the next 1942 is the 52 rather. Is the one I was thinking was intriguing, but this is from the Glasgow Times. This day in 1932, Washington Manufacturing Company of Nashville, the operators of the local overall factory, has just received a nice order from Bronner Hughes that buys for N.H. Liggett of Porterville, California. Mr. Hughes, a former Glasgow boy, appreciates Glasgow merchandise to the extent of paying the same price charged to Glasgow merchants, plus the freight to California. Glasgow merchants should be very liberal in their patronage of the local plant. When they patronized the local Washington manufacturing unit, they buttered their own bread, as the writer writes here in the Glasgow Times in 1932. I think that's a neat, brag on the local industry right on down to the point to say, hey, they got a big-time order last week, our local industry, for this being shipped out there to California. Very complimentary of the local industry.
Well, right. And awfully nice to utilize local companies when surely there were other places that were a lot closer to California
Yeah.
than Washington manufacturing.
But he just wanted his Glasgow merchandise and was going to pay the same price for it, plus shipping. 1942, coasting bicyclist. Glasgow's latest bicyclist is none other than County Judge Carroll M. Redford, who creates quite a stir on North Jackson Way when he coasts in every morning with a big twofer angling from his mouth and the other one safely ensconced in his shirt pocket. The judge was able to negotiate the trip from home with little energy, having to pedal from about W.P. Mansfield Place to the Cisco home, and then coasting nearly to the stoplight. He negotiates the remainder of the distance afoot, and we're advised that the wheel is motored home in the afternoon. He doesn't ride it home; he rides it to work. Pretty interesting there. It sounds like that Judge Carroll Redford was he would ride to work smoking a cigar and had another one in his shirt pocket for later in the day.
Exactly, and I recall that at that time the Redfords lived out on North Ray Street, almost directly across from First Christian Church.
Okay.
So it was downhill for quite some distance, and we didn't have too many stoplights in 1952 either.
Well, you know, he was coasting to work, but it was a little much to ride it home, so I came and brought it home there. Didn't want to turn the tables on him. This is the story in today's archives when I was preparing for today, Sam, that really caught me off guard here. This is 1952. The Glasgow Times. This is not typical of a local newspaper story, but in 1952, here it is. The headline reads, "Hot weather here ups divorce rates." Continued near-record mercury peaks of the past few days have not only brought out electric fans and ice water in Barron County, the soaring thermometer has also increased the number of divorce filings. What about that? Circuit Judge Frank W. Jones reported this week that the sweltering weather has apparently been a direct cause of an unusually large number of marital rifts, with from 2 to 3 divorce actions being filed daily for action in his court. My goodness. Judge Jones noted that divorce papers are also unusual in that in many instances the wives ask for a restraining order to keep their husband from beating them, which rarely happens in cooler weather, they say. He attributed the request for restraint to the short tempers of irate spouses during hot days and observed that heat waves apparently also provoke more cases of breach of peace as well as assault and battery. Now, that is not a typical small-town news story at all, Sam, in 1952, would you say?
Not at all. But Judge Frank Jones, as we've seen in the last several months, communicated with the newspapers frequently.
Yes.
He was free with his opinion about a number of things. Kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, you know, he had that. He was sitting in a perch where he could pass that along. But it's interesting if this is true. You know, we've got some more of these irate hot weather days coming up right here. Hopefully, we have smoothed some of that over since in 1952, and everybody can get along and get through it. I hope. Anyway, interesting story from 1952. 1962, the new officers of the Highsville Lions Club were featured in a big photo from their installation ceremony here in the Glasgow Times. Lion Felix G. Hatchett, a member of the Hampton, Virginia Club, and the brother of a Highsville member, directed the installation. The new officers include Lewis Paul Ferguson, the president, Willie D. Morrison, the first vice president, B.L. Bauer, Jr., the second vice president, Jimmy Strader, the third vice president, Frank Newberry, the secretary, C.R. Prather, the assistant secretary, S.E. Terry, treasurer, David Ballard, tail twister, Verlin Crawford, the lion tamer, and the directors were B.H. DeWeese, Eddie Hatchett, and Charles Parrish. At the same occasion, Sam, A.G. Dutch Ross was named the Outstanding Lion of the Year, and Walton Luttrell was retiring as the president, and he was presented a plaque. That was a busy, busy meeting there in 1962 at the Highsville Lions Club, wasn't it?
It sounds like it. A lot of people who made a lot of things happen in area of the county.
Indeed. This day in 1972, a sad day for a lot of local folks. From Glasgow attorney J. Basil Preston died this day at his home on North Ray Street, a pioneering barrister around here, and was missed by a whole lot of folks there after his passing away in 1972, Sam. 1982, Inez Carter, Irene Gibbons, and Sharon Anderson. These three ladies are honored for their years of service to Kentucky Pants Company number 1 and number 2. You know, that was a great time in our history where the Kentucky Pants Company provided excellent jobs for people around here. But the people who were hired to do these jobs really took it upon themselves to do a really, really, really good job at that. Have you made that observation?
I certainly have.
And
agreed wholeheartedly.
Good place to work, and we're not going to forget that. This was the day in 1992 that T.J. Sampson Community Hospital announced the opening of 2 additional surgical suites. One of the room has a new air system which constantly filters the air in the room, providing a bacteria-free environment for high-risk patients. That's something that you don't want around, a lot of bacteria, and it sounded to me like they were on top of technology there in 1992 with that new OR suite. 2002, this was, guess what, the night of the community band concert. It's coming up on June the 23rd in front of City Hall. Of course, we got that coming up this week, and we're going to talk more about that with Robbie Fudge tomorrow. All right. And then 2012, it's been 10 years now that Exile, the famed Richmond, Kentucky-based band, appeared Friday night at the Plaza Theater playing I Want to Get to Know You and many more of their hits. Big, bringing big names to the Plaza is not a new thing as much as it is a continuing thing, because Exile was, they were at the height of their popularity there. When they came here back in 2012.
That was a very popular event in the Plaza, as I recall, and a lot of people very excited about it.
Indeed. Of course, my favorite song they did was called Kiss You All Over. That was a big hit for Exile. All right, 2000, this is what I wanted to add here about the 2022, the June After Hours event to be held this Thursday night. It's going to be Thursday night. The museum will stay open until 8 p.m., and Proud Mary's Kitchen food truck is going to be set up in the Cultural Center parking lot from 4 until 8. They serve Polish favorites with a Pittsburgh flair. Come try their pierogies, their stuffed cabbage, and their haluski, which I have no idea what haluski is, but I'm going to go down there and find out, Sam. Should we do that?
I think that's a great idea.
That's right.
I have no idea either.
A museum admission is free, so bring the whole family and come out for a fun evening. It will be a nice evening down at the Cultural Center. So that's what we have in the way of the archives. If you're okay with that, then we'll call it a wrap, and we'll come back tomorrow and do some more, okay?
That's a great start to a week.
That's right. We are rolling forward. Have a good day, sir. We look forward to checking in with you tomorrow morning, okay?
See you then, Henry.
Sam Terry, well-known historian, providing the color commentary on the archives today, brought to you by the good folks at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. As you know, history is made by the hard work that stands the test of time. We're in the most active season of the year right now, you know, but if you have a joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Going to the lake, walking at the Y with hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it just sucks the fun out of living. But I've got fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, then putting them into your aching joints. This in-office non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Get real relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500 today.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
When you look around Glasgow and Barron County, you see that South Central Bank's roots run deep, having served generations of families and supported some of the most significant business growth in the region. We are proud to be a part of this community. For 50 years, our customers have received superior service from South Central Bank, and we remain committed to that. We continue to build relationships that are making an impact on the community we call home. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Well, our forecast has been updated to up the temperature a couple of days this week. Today we're staying about the same, a high of 89 with a lot of sunshine. Mostly clear tonight, down to 63. Now, Tuesday, they've revised the forecast to make it sunny and hot and 99 for the high temperature on Tuesday. Tuesday night's going to be clear, low of 68. But not to be outdone, Wednesday is coming back saying, well, we're going to be sunny and hot and a high of 101. That's not the feels like temperature or the heat index. That's the actual air temperature, 101 on Wednesday. We had a little practice getting used to this last week, so let's just use what we learned last week and make our way through it this week. 30.20 is the pressure, 92% humidity. Not even a breeze astir to cool anything down this morning. 57 WCLU weather brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Everyone has the right to control their own future.
This is not the case if you've been seriously injured in a car wreck or a big truck wreck. The insurance company will take advantage of you.
We've recovered over $1 billion for our clients.
We're passionate about getting big dollar results for our clients.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others. Over $1 billion recovered for our clients in Kentucky and Tennessee. When your loved one has been neglected or abused in a nursing home, it can feel like you're losing control and don't know where to turn. Take control. The nursing home abuse signs you need to look for include bed sores, broken bones, dehydration, and malnutrition. Hughes & Coleman is here to provide the legal help your family needs in order to take action during this difficult time.
Control starts with a call to Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others.
They remind you about the Peters Creek Missionary Baptist Church hosting their Vacation Bible School, The Mighty God. It's from 6 until 8 p.m. tonight through Friday the 24th, and also the revival services at Browder's Chapel Baptist Church begin tonight at 7 o'clock. Brother Robbie Ward is going to be the evangelist for that event.
I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's. So thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 1010 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 1010. Enjoy!
Little Caesars presents delicious duos like bacon and eggs, spaghetti and meatballs, and of course peanut butter and jelly. Now, Little Caesars brings you a large, hot and ready slices and sticks. A delicious duo featuring 4 slices of pepperoni pizza, together with 8 tasty slices of Italian cheese sticks, plus crazy sauce for only $6. Little Caesars hot and ready slices and sticks is just $6. Available every day when you walk in between 4 and 8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax. Prices may vary.
All right, let's get the winner going, the winning trend going here today. We're going to ask a trivia question. You're going to provide an answer, and if you're correct, you're going to win a pizza from Little Caesars Pizza. I am ready to go. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Back in 2016, the grandmother of the Juneteenth holiday, which we are celebrating today, but the grandmother of the Juneteenth holiday, Ms. Opal Lee, Ms. Opal walked 2.5 miles in Fort Worth, Texas, to promote Juneteenth. She continues today at the age of 95. What does that 2.5 miles that she walks every year represent? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Miss Opal Lee, actually she's a doctor, Dr. Opal Lee. She walks 2.5 miles. The first time she did it was in Fort Worth. What's the significance of the 2.5 mile walk getting ready for Juneteenth? Do you know?
Is it the Freedom Walk?
No, it's not. I'm looking for the significance of a 2.5 mile walk. Trivia.
Freedom.
No, it's not right. I need a specific reason why that walk is 2.5 miles long. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. This gal is a special lady. I've seen several interviews with her over the Juneteenth holiday weekend. But she, let me see, she got in getting Juneteenth holiday, a federal holiday, which she signed last year with President Biden, but she also started off with that 2.5 mile walk. Trivia.
It took 2.5 years before the news got to Galveston, Texas.
And which news is that?
That Lincoln signed the Emancipation
That's
Proclamation.
right. That's right. I knew a school teacher would be able to spell that right out. And who is this speaking?
Martha Ann Jolly.
Well, there you go. You've got it. It was Ms. Opal Lee said, we're going to get this thing a national holiday, and I'm going to walk 2.5 miles to commemorate the fact that even after Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, it took 2.5 years for the news to get all the way into Galveston Bay, Texas. We weren't really good at communicating so quickly back then, were we there, Martha Ann?
No.
All right. And actually, what happened was 2,000 Union soldiers arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas, and the Army announced that more than 250,000 enslaved black people in the state were free by the executive decree. This day came to be known as Juneteenth by the newly freed people in Texas. And this Miss Opal Lee, she was instrumental in getting it assigned national holiday. And she walks even to this year at 95 years of age. She walks 2.5 miles to get that, to use that 2.5 indication, about 2.5 years before it made its way all the way to Galveston Bay, Texas. Pretty interesting story, you think, Miss Jolly?
Oh, definitely.
Well, I'm going to put you on hold so I can get your address so we can send you a pizza coupon, and you can celebrate having one on Juneteenth, okay?
That'd be wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martha Ann Jolly. We are celebrating Juneteenth today. Miss Opal Lee walked 2.5 miles back in 2016 as she was working really hard to get this holiday recognized as a national holiday. And that 2.5 miles is the 2.5 years it took to get the news to Galveston Bay about the Emancipation Proclamation. We'll play tomorrow. Won't you come back and join us? I hope so. Good morning from Forever Communications, WCLU Glasgow, WLYE Glasgow, made possible by Hughes and Coleman, WLLI Munfordville, W276DO Glasgow, W253BN Glasgow.
CBS News Brief. At least 1,400 more flights are canceled today after days of delays and cancellations. The problem, according to aviation consultant Douglas Moss,
airlines are fighting with each other as competitors for the passengers. And that has created a race to the bottom where airlines are trying to be as cost efficient as possible.
Average gas prices have fallen by a few cents over the past week. Oil analyst Phil Flynn says drivers get the credit.
Consumers are moderating their behavior a little bit, pulling back just a little bit, not topping off the tank. So that all conspires to lower prices.
Officials in Virginia say 4 inmates have escaped from prison in Petersburg, and neighbors are concerned.
Worry about it because you just don't know where people go, to get out of prison or what they were even there for.
Police say it was drugs and firearms violations. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
Most people will hesitate before planning a funeral in advance.
The funeral? We'll arrange that when the time comes.
But there's a lot to be said for advance planning. For one thing, you have the peace of mind of knowing that your arrangements have all been made. You can consider the options when your mind is clear. And you'll have the relief of knowing that your loved one will be well cared for. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
Well, good Monday morning. It's June 20th, 2022. Currently 61 degrees here in Glasgow. 7:10. You're listening to WCLU Local News. Hope you're having a great day so far. It looks like we're going to have another warm day in store and a warm week, really. Last week we had several days worth of warmer weather and heat index values climbing well above 100. This week looks like the heat index values aren't necessarily our concern. It's simply the dry air. What we're going to have across the region looks like by Wednesday a high near 101. Today, though, sunny with a high near 90 degrees. We'll touch base on the rest of the forecast a little later on. First, let's talk about some developing news from the weekend in Glasgow. There was a shooting on Saturday along Bryant Street. Local authorities say that happened around noon. With more from that shooting incident and more about that response time, it's Angela Briggs.
2 were taken to jail and 1 victim sent to TJ Sampson after a weekend drive-by shooting. Just after 11 a.m. on Saturday morning, Glasgow police say that a vehicle began circling the area around Bryant Street, eventually stopped at a residence. A man inside the vehicle then pulled out a gun and began firing, striking 1 person in the hand. The victim of the gunshot wound then left and went to a residence on North Ray Street, where they were transported to TJ Sampson for treatment. Glasgow police had Bryant Street shut down for a short time while they investigated. By 1 p.m., however, Glasgow police had 2 suspects in custody, James Smith and Stephen Brown, both of Glasgow. Glasgow Police Chief Jennifer Arbogast says that it was an all-hands-on-deck, with officers that were not on duty coming in to help with the investigation. I asked her about the quick turnaround time from incident to arrest.
It shows that they put their training to use.
Both Smith and Brown were charged with possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, wanton endangerment, and tampering with physical evidence. Additionally, Smith faces a second count of wanton endangerment. With shootings like this being in the headlines nationwide in recent months, Chief Arbogast said that Glasgow police will continue to do everything they can to make Glasgow as safe as possible.
They go out and give it everything they got, just as if it was their family, and that's the way they look at it.
Glasgow police say additional arrests are pending in this case. The reason for this shooting has not yet been released. I'm Angela Briggs.
All right, thank you, Angela. And still in an area like Glasgow, those things are really shocking to folks here. But, of course, they do happen at some times, and we will be the first to let you know about some of those information, bits and pieces information that are coming out. We'll let you know about those once they do. A woman who allegedly threatened a local veterinarian and employees of TJ Regional Health earlier this week, whether that was last week, has been arrested. 35-year-old Rebecca Cooper of Glasgow was served a warrant at her Adams Place apartment last Thursday. According to court records, she was summoned on 3 charges. That's third-degree terroristic threatening, harassing communications, and first-degree stalking. Cooper allegedly visited the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow on Monday and became irate with doctors and staff, a complaint warrant saying she allegedly made threats too. Authorities say that incident was not the first time Cooper had exhibited such behavior. The situation had persisted over the last few weeks, and according to a post on her Facebook where she was making some of those threatening comments, authorities say, she put this, quote, "They're scared of a 90-pound girl with osteoarthritis," unquote. The woman is alleged to have said doctors and staff were racist and made comments about the KKK. TJ Pavilion staff saying that she also became belligerent while on the premises. Authorities made her leave the pavilion, and she was issued a ban letter the next day. Several threats and deranged comments were posted to Cooper's social media accounts, which targeted 2 physicians, Dr. James Heltsley and Dr. Christopher Behringer. Authorities say she also made threats to Dr. Jim Heltsley, a local veterinarian, and Dennis Wilcutt, a local attorney. Her posts included rants that referenced shootings and the possibility of mass shootings. The warrant was saying that she was lodged at the Barron County Detention Center. They're on a $10,000 cash bond. She is scheduled to appear in Barron District Court today at 12:30. And again, that's going to be there in Judge Gabe Pendleton's courtroom. Well, the way that the road impacts are shaping up for the week here in Barron County, looks like construction of the next phase of Kentucky 90 along Burkesville Road continues. At this time, most of the construction will be taking place away from traffic. And if you're traveling around, say, the 88 community and around those parts, you will see that there has been quite a bit of work being done there on both sides of the roadway. And however, as construction progresses, traffic impacts are going to be occurring with increasing frequency. The KYTC saying that at this time, motorists can expect flaggers to be present throughout the project. The project encompasses a section of roadway approximately 4 miles long, and that's from the Fallen Timber Creek Bridge near Kentucky 839, or better known as No Bob Road, and that extends all the way out to Metcalfe County. The project will widen the existing roadway template and will feature a bypass around the 88 community. Work on a safety enhancement project continues on Tompkinsville Road, and that's happening from Happy Hollow Road there in Temple Hill, and that's extending all the way to the city limits of Glasgow, right there at the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Expressway overpass. Completion of that project is slated for the end of this month, so they are nearing that, and they will be featuring, of course, a lot of road work there across the area. But again, they're wrapping that up by the end of this month, which there's only a few days left at this point. Now, what does it look like across other parts of the area? Well, on the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Expressway, a project to rehabilitate and resurface a section of the expressway is continuing in Barron and Metcalfe counties. Now, that's going from the 20-mile marker all the way to the 36-mile marker, and that speed limit's been lowered to 55 miles per hour. They will have lane closures in place from the 28-mile marker to the 36-mile marker, and also there a project to rehabilitate and resurface a section in Barron County will start this week. Motorists can expect work going on from the 9-mile marker to the 16-mile marker, and they're going to be lowering that speed limit to 55 miles per hour. So again, across the area, really the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet already working on some of these roadways, which is the habit here in the summertime, where they can work in a much more convenient way. Governor Andy Beshear announced last week several cities across the state will be receiving more ARPA money. It's the second time that the federal government has issued these American Rescue Plan Act funding releases to local governments. This time, that money's going to more than 360 non-entitlement cities in Kentucky, and those are the ones with populations under 50,000. Some examples include City of Cave City, who's going to be getting about $324,158. The city of Edmonton, $213,121. The city of Glasgow here, $1,935,463. City of Park City, $74,692. And what about Tompkinsville? Well, $300,908. So several cities across the area, and we have those listed on our website, WCLUradio.com. This funding is hopefully going to help offset some expenses related to COVID-19. That includes things like personal protective equipment, vaccination clinics, loss of revenue, and payroll that these cities lost during the height of the pandemic. The total amount going across the state, over $162 million. On this morning's 911 activity report, there's one incident noted, an accident with injury yesterday at 2:15 in the afternoon, happened at 2483 Temple Hill Road. And then on Saturday, the same thing, an accident with injury at 1610 Tompkinsville Road, happened at 1:56 in the afternoon. Later in the afternoon at 3:02, there was a house fire at 622 Crump Road. And then finally on Friday evening, there was a house fire at 10:51 p.m. Happened at 807 Bunch Road. Cave City, Highsville Fire Departments, and Barron Metcalf EMS responded to that. It is 7:19, 61 degrees. You're listening to WCLU Local News. We'll be right back.
Super easy streaming TV from SCRTC with MyStream TV. Fiber customers can search for SCRTC on a favorite device and download the MyStream TV app. Then call SCRTC to get signed up. Same great live TV service now streaming next to your favorite apps. No more boxes, no more wiring. With MyStream TV, watch up to 3 live streams at once. Go back and catch up TV and restart current TV from the beginning. Even works on your smartphone and tablets. So good news, SCRTC Fiber customers. You can start some super easy streaming TV by calling today.
No matter where you have to go this summer, you need Southern Kentucky Tire Pros going with you. That's right, Southern Kentucky Tire Pros at 1004 Happy Valley Road. They are family-owned, family-operated. They're an automotive center, and they work on any car, any year, any job, because they have techs that can do it all out at Southern Kentucky Tire Pros. We do more than fix cars. We maximize your love of being behind the wheel, offering top brand tires with, get this, exclamation point here, local price guarantee with a strong warranty package featuring complimentary roadside assistance. So you can drive with confidence knowing that wherever you go, we're going with you at Southern Kentucky Tire Pros, and we'll handle the roadside assistance that you might need if you have a problem along the way. Go out and see Foster and his trained professional auto techs this morning, 1004 Happy Valley Road. They'll answer the phone too at 270-861-2003. When you look around Glasgow and Barron County, you see that South Central Bank's roots run deep, having served generations of families and supported some of the most significant business growth in the region. We are proud to be a part of this community. For 50 years, our customers have received superior service from South Central Bank, and we remain committed to that. We continue to build relationships that are making an impact on the community we call home. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. WCLU celebrates the Best of Barron with a Best of Barron Bash, and you're invited. Saturday, June 25th from 9 till 1. We'll be outdoors in the back parking lot of the Glasgow Water Company. There'll be food, vendors, food truck, and live music from Mason Gentry, all to celebrate success of Best of Barron. In addition, we're inviting everyone who was nominated in the Best of Barron competition to come set up a booth and be a part of the fun. To reserve your booth space, call 270-651-9149. Help us Saturday, June 25th.
Welcome back to WCLU Local News, Monday, June 20th, 61 degrees. I'm Brennan Crane. We've been talking about the weather. Still going to be a warm week, and today is probably going to be about the coolest day that we have all week long, and that's including the weekend as we move toward that time. 90 degrees, looks like the high today, currently 61 degrees, so still feels pretty good out there. Going to be a little bit warm today, but by Wednesday, that's where the real scorcher's happening. 101 degrees, and that's just the air temperature. That doesn't even include the heat index value there, which would probably be a little bit bit higher. But again, we're not seeing that from the National Weather Service at this point. Last week, heat advisories were in effect. Doesn't look like that's the case for this week at this point. In more news this hour, Governor Andy Beshear has declared a state of emergency for a western Kentucky town struggling with a water shortage. Beshear's office says state officials are expected to travel to Marion to implement a plan aimed at ensuring that families have access to water. Beshear took the action Saturday, hours after receiving a request from Marion officials. The water shortage in the Crittenden County town stems from having to drain Lake George, the town's primary reservoir, because of a levee failure. That, coupled with limited rainfall and unseasonably hot weather, caused the water shortage to become critical. A Kentucky judge who was removed from office 2 months ago is running again. The Judicial Conduct Commission voted unanimously in April to permanently remove Davis family judge Julie Hawes Gordon from attempting to influence criminal cases involving her adult son. However, the commission does not have the power to prevent Gordon from running again. A state lawmaker tells the Messenger Inquirer that a blanket prohibition would require a constitutional amendment, but there are other options. The Judicial Conduct Commission could have sought a voluntary agreement from Gordon not to run again. In addition, the General Assembly can impeach judges, and those judges who lose their law licenses cannot seek re-election. And finally today, the mayor of Louisville was punched in the city's 4th Street Live Entertainment District on Saturday. The Louisville Metropolitan Police Department tweeted that Democratic Mayor Greg Fisher is doing fine. The department has released photos of a suspect they're trying to locate. Police in Kentucky's largest city say they will release more information as soon as it becomes available. But of course, at this time, they've not released information to our knowledge about that suspect or more about that investigation that happened as a result of that assault on Saturday evening. And finally today, it's a restaurant created by KFC founder Harlan Sanders is up for sale, but it isn't a KFC branch. News reports in Shelbyville say the listing is for the Claudia Sanders Dinner House, a 25,000 square foot restaurant or banquet hall that sits on a 3-acre property. With the building and land comes the trademark and likeness of Claudia Sanders and her name, as well as memorabilia from the Sanders family. The sale also includes a 5,000 square foot home where the Sanders lived for more than 20 years. The listing does not include a sale price, but it's clear you won't find it on any real estate value menu. The listing agent says any would-be buyers must show proof of having at least $5 million cash on hand. 725, 61 degrees. I'm Brennan Crane. Have a great day, and if you're going to be outside today, just keep in mind 90 degrees today. Still need to be hydrated and stay safe out there. Have a great day.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, but if you have joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it sucks the fun out of living. But I have fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. Regenerative medicine is the hottest thing going. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, and putting them into your aching joints. This exciting in-office non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints, giving you real lasting relief from pain. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Yes, you can get real relief from pain with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. Call 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The president and CEO of the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce says just like individuals, businesses in Kentucky are feeling the pinch of higher inflation.
Businesses have to pay for their goods and services. They then turn into their product. It costs more to transport their products because the price of gasoline is so high. And so in turn, unfortunately, sometimes this leads to higher prices for their goods and products and services that they're then passing on to the consumer.
Ashley Watts is hoping the higher interest rates by the Fed will help curtail the inflationary trend. She appeared on WKYT's Kentucky Newsmakers program. The Kentucky Supreme Court has agreed to consider a lawsuit that seeks to re-erect a statue of a Louisville civic and military leader who fought for the Confederacy before later renouncing it. The Courier-Journal reports the statue of John B. Castleman stood for 107 years near Louisville's Cherokee Park before it was removed in June 2020. It was vandalized several times before its removal. It's currently in storage. A group called Friends of Louisville Public Art filed a lawsuit challenging a 2019 decision from Louisville's Landmarks Commission that the monument could be taken down. The Kentucky Court of Appeals ruled against the group. Now the state Supreme Court will review the case. While attacking a politician isn't something to laugh at, Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher took time Sunday during a Juneteenth gala event to supply some brevity on his Saturday night sock by an unknown assailant.
My son, who's 30, said, "Dad, you're not quite an old geezer yet, but it's good to see you can still take a punch."
Louisville police have surveillance video of the man who threw the punch and are still searching for him. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's your man Buffalo Steel from the world-famous Nappy Roots, and I got a message for you. Never underestimate you. Never underestimate you.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship provides free tuition for Kentuckians who want to earn a degree in a high-demand career field. Go to workreadyky.com to learn more, or give them a call at 833-711-WRKS.
Available at the Kentucky Community and Technical College System.
Never underestimate you.
This is Shannon the Dude. Summertime is finally here, so as we hit the road and traffic increases, the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety is reminding motorists that we all play a part in keeping our roadways safe. Commit to these safe driving behaviors each and every time you get behind the wheel. Obey the speed limit, drive sober, buckle up, and put the phone down. Spare yourself a ticket and possibly a life. Be safe.
Spring is alive with warm sunshine, birds, and blooms. That means your ride is a wreck. Pollen and doo-doo damage to your paint job, to be exact. Look to Waterworks to protect your ride with affordable options for every budget. Sign up today and save money with Waterworks' monthly unlimited Splash Pass program. Good at all locations in Bowling Green and Glasgow. That's any Splash Pass Unlimited membership, including the $35 Splash Pass level of services with no limits.
Unlimited means unlimited.
And it all comes with complimentary towels, mat beater, window cleaner, and air purge. And it's not just money savings you get at Waterworks Express Wash in Glasgow. There's loads of perks for being a monthly Waterworks member. Their website or Facebook page has all the details you need. You won't find that level of sparkling clean and incredible perks anywhere else in the area. Spring in for the cleanest ride you can get at the new Waterworks Express Wash, now open in Glasgow at 1009 Happy Valley Road.
Waterworks!
Good morning live, WCLU, 64 degrees. We have popped up there pretty big. Looks like they've revised the high temperature tomorrow all the way up to 99. So we're going to go back to that old hot kitchen here for a few days this week. But right now, we got to get ready to go and do Banking on Business. That's right, Banking on Business today brought to you by the good folks at the People's Bank.
This is Desiree Davis, Assistant Vice President with the People's Bank. I am proud to work for a bank that offers personable services to its community. Throughout life's transitions, you can count on your local community bank for support. We strive to provide excellent customer service with friendly, familiar faces. Please stop by the People's Bank today and tell us how we can work for you. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Terry Burnett with the People's Bank, and welcome to another segment of Banking on Business. This morning we're in Cave City at the Trailer Mart of Cave City at 502 East Happy Valley Street, down with Jens Thogerson. Welcome to today's program, Jens.
Thanks so much for having us.
Well, it's great to be in the shop here. Y'all have done just a great job with this location.
Yeah, we've really done a lot of work to this new facility here. This 8 acres, 15,000 square foot showroom. We've really painted all the walls, repainted the whole ceiling, cleaned it top to bottom. It doesn't look like the old Fred's anymore.
No, it doesn't look, and that's what the great thing about it. I mean, when you're passing by the road, you see all the trailers out front, but then when you come in, quote, to the showroom, you got more trailers.
You sure do, and it's cold. It's nice and cool inside. Don't have the heat.
Yeah.
Raining outside, you can still come in and shop. We have about 16 trailers inside for you to view.
Yeah.
So it really makes it convenient.
And what I've noticed just looking around this morning is you got a trailer for everybody.
Yeah, we like to say we have a trailer for that. So whether it's a horse trailer, an equipment trailer, a dump trailer, motorcycle, car, need to move a couple boxes.
Right.
We got a trailer for that.
Yeah.
So we really try to cater every customer if we can.
Well, I mean, you do. I mean, you look at some of these trailers. I mean, they're really nice. You got a lot of use for what you can have with each of the trailers.
We do. We try to carry more of a commercial grade trailer for the consumer, so it's going to last a little bit longer, or hopefully quite a bit longer for that customer. And then we're not going to see them back for service as much as well. So that way, when they need their second or third, we'll have another trailer for them to really meet their need.
Now, what I need to know when I'm coming to look at a trailer, what knowledge do I need, or just ask you?
We have a very knowledgeable staff, so we really can help you for what you're looking for.
Right.
The nice thing is you don't even have to worry about money. We offer financing from a no credit check program to full bank financing if you need it. So money's not even the issue. It's really come in and find out what's going to suit your needs, and then we'll figure out how we can put you in it.
Now, how can people find out more about you, Jens?
Sure, you can find us on our website, which is www.trailermartinc.com. You can also find us on Facebook, trailermartcc.com.
Okay.
So 2 great avenues. Every piece of inventory we have in the lot is on our website.
Okay.
So you can really shop us online 24 hours a day.
Exactly. And your hours of operation?
Sure, we're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and from Saturday at 8 to 4.
Okay. Great. Well, I appreciate having you in Cave City.
Hey, I really appreciate you coming to come give us a tour and let the people know who we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic to have a new business here, and you can service the entire area and just all the needs people have.
Yep, it is great. It's great to be part of the community, and they've accepted us very, very well.
We appreciate you watching and listening this morning to another segment of Banking on Business. I've been with Jens Thogerson here at Trailer Mart at Cave City. You got to come by if you're in the need to move anything. Whether it's a car or a truck or brush or a horse or anything you've got to move, you got to come to Cave City and check out Trailer Mart here at Cave City. Again, we appreciate you watching and listening this morning to another segment of Banking on Business.
Have around here that we can shop with, Trailer Mart. That's another feature of the People's Bank's Banking on Business program. Looks to me like they know the trailer business, and it's glad now that you know about it too. Thanks to the People's Bank for another fine edition of Banking on Business, 7:35.
Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection are designed to meet building codes for coastal locations from Maine to Miami, Gainesville to Galveston, and they're on guard even when no one is home. Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection. The uglier the weather gets, the more beautiful they become.
See the full line of Anderson Windows and Doors at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Anderson Windows. Come home to Anderson.
Weather brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver Referral Services. When roles reverse in later years, when child becomes caretaker, when the needs of a parent become most important, it's comforting to know there is help along the way. Sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship, and it's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether at home, assisted living, or a nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 670-7062.
Temperatures are ramping up. That's the big headline here, you know. The WCLU Forecast Center says we're going to have a sunny day today and a high temperature up to 89. Tonight's going to be mostly clear with a low down to 63. On Tuesday, let's enjoy the sun. That's heated up to 99. Tuesday night clear at a low of 68. And then Wednesday is sunny. We're triple digits, sunny and hot and a high of 101. Watch your thermometer. Did you know if your thermometer goes to 101, well, it's going to be asked to on Wednesday of this week. Pressure's way up 30.20. Humidity is at 92%. 64 downtown. WCLU weather brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, private caregiver referral services. Give Peggy a call, 270-670-7062. We're in the most active season of the year right now, you know, but if you have joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Going to the lake, walking at the Y with hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it just sucks the fun out of living. But I've got fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, then putting them into your aching joints. This in-office non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Get real relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500 today.
Good morning, friends. When you look at a patch of dandelions, do you see a bunch of weeds trying to take over your yard? Kids see flowers for mom. When you look at an old drunk and he smiles at you, do you see a dirty, smelly person who probably wants money and look away? Kids see someone smiling at them and they smile back. When you feel wind on your face, do you brace yourself against it, feel like it's messing up your hair? When kids feel wind against their face, they close their eyes, spread their arms, and fly with it until they fall to the ground laughing. When you pray, do you say thee and thou and grant me this and give me that? Kids say, hello, God, thanks for my toys and my friends, and keep the bad dreams away tonight. When you see a mud puddle, do you step around it and see muddy shoes and dirty carpets? Well, kids sit in it. They see dams to build and rivers to cross and worms to play with. Now I wonder if we were given kids to teach or to learn from. We must enjoy the little things in life, for one day we'll look back and realize they were the big things. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate your wisdom each and every morning here on the Live and Local Good Morning Live here. I got to get over here and talk about some birthdays to tell you about some special folks who are celebrating today, this being the 20th day of June. That's right, the big 2 and the big O. Somewhere in all my papers shuffling right here, I've got these birthdays hidden from myself. So let me reach over here and tell you about Melissa Williams having a birthday today, Blondell Gibbons, Judy Riley, Tommy Foster, she is 95 today, Ryan Hinckley, Catherine Thomas, Tommy Wells, Pam Waters, Braylon Harper. We also have Kelsey Bird. Kelsey is 22. The Russell twins, Ava and Clark Russell, are 8 today. Celeste Hatchett has a birthday today, too. And we've got the anniversary. It's a biggie, number 41 for Mike and Donna Ree Shipley. Congratulations to the Shipley. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here, it's a very simple click at WCLUradio.com. We got a birthday cake to give to somebody whose name appears on this list this morning. We also have that birthday cake, by the way, is coming from Dairy Queen. And we also have a beautiful rose from down at Greer's Florist to give to somebody whose name is put on the list today, too. But the trick is putting it on the name. So if you got somebody that sits close to you in the workplace, somebody in the family tree, maybe somebody in your church is having a birthday, well, let us know. And not only will a whole lot of folks know about the celebration, but they could win one of those prizes here from WCLU. Today it is by a special request, Tommy Foster Day. She is 95 today. We want you to be sure to pat her on the back today and remind her that she is as good as gold from her friends here at WCLU and A Little Taste of Texas, where they do know how to celebrate, y'all.
I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's. So thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 1010 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 1010. Enjoy!
Everyone at South Central Bank wants to thank you for voting us the best of Barron. We're honored to have been nominated and voted Best Mortgage Lender, Best Place to Work, and Best Bank. At South Central Bank, we are truly honored to have received these votes of confidence. We work hard every day to be the best because we know we have the best customers. Thank you again from everyone at South Central Bank, member FDIC. Good morning live, 7:42.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
Now let me jump over here and tell you about a couple of more things. I want to add some more birthdays to the list. We just learned about Shantae Driver. Hey, Shantae Driver, having a big birthday today. We have Celeste Hatchett celebrating. We have Carlita Dokes having a birthday today. Let me get to make sure I put that I, dot that I where everybody else can read the way that I wrote that. We appreciate hearing from everybody here. And let's see, today TJ Health TJ Health is offering a bereavement support group meeting today. It's from 2 until 2:30. I understand from those who have taken advantage of this that it really helps out a lot. Miss Loretta Boone's a nice lady who will help you with that. You can call Loretta at 270-651-4430. Coming up on Thursday, the Glasgow Community Band's presenting their annual concert on the Square. It's going to be in front of the City Hall at 7 o'clock Thursday night. Music is going to be marches and patriotic music and popular music. The conductor is going to be Robbie Fudge, and I know that he is excited as he can be about the type of music that the community band is making and planning to make. And I know Robbie is coming by for a live interview tomorrow morning to talk more about that concert on the Square. And we look forward to seeing Robbie Fudge here tomorrow.
When you or a loved one have been seriously injured in a wreck, it feels like you're losing control.
Bills are piling up. Your injuries may be preventing you from working. Don't leave your future in the hands of the insurance company.
They'll take advantage of you.
Call Hughes & Coleman today. We've been fighting to get our clients the most money possible for over 35 years.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others.
Reports show that an estimated 5 million elders are abused in nursing homes each year.
Look for the signs of nursing home abuse: bed sores, broken bones, dehydration, and malnutrition. If you suspect that your loved one has been abused or injured in a nursing home, call the dedicated Hughes & Coleman Nursing Home Legal Team.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others. Report data from National Center for Elder Abuse.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World. From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Yeah, we spelled it out for you. NEWS. Here's the latest news. Tidbit news is what it is. Y'all guys doing okay today, I think?
Hey, Henry.
Hey, hi, James. How you doing?
Great.
All right. We got Monday going. We're going to hit the ground running here, looks like. Doing
Let's
all right,
do it.
Brendan?
I'm doing fine.
Okay,
How are
I just
y'all?
want to make sure. Make sure this is a testing 1, 2, 3. Make sure y'all are coming in.
Do you have a good Father's Day?
So I did. Very nice. Good. Enjoyable. Very nice. It makes me, I'm always, I want to gush at how lucky I am.
Gush?
Yeah.
Cry?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just takes you, because it could be
a lot worse.
Bad, but it's always good.
Yeah. No, I had a great time.
It's fun stuff, indeed. I'm sure you have like a lot of people making over you and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing you food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Feeding you.
Omelet in bed.
Omelet in bed. Lord.
Because of Father's Day, or
was that have anything to do with Father's Day? Did it?
That was just daily.
Okay, daily. That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of crumbs on omelets.
No.
All right, I got to think about that one.
Yeah,
big time.
I'm trying not to.
Do you have a pillow or something you can prop up? Or?
I'm just kidding.
Okay, all right. All right, let's see here. Let me find out what we're doing tidbit news-wise. This was a big deal this weekend, and if you missed it, you missed a big deal. Paul McCartney had made a comment about all the people who brought happy birthday signs to his concert outside of New York last Thursday. Yeah, right, I've got a birthday coming up. I'm not trying to ignore it, but McCartney turned 80 on Saturday.
Wow.
Paul McCartney turned 80 Saturday. Bruce Springsteen popped up at the concert to sing a duet of Glory Days and I Want to Be Your Man, as well as a trading guitar licks on the Abbey Road medley.
Wow.
John Bon Jovi came to his birthday party, too, on stage with balloons. Then McCartney dedicated the Beatles song Birthday to anybody having a birthday and himself.
Sounds like they had a ball.
Da-da-da-da-da-da, you're having a birthday.
Come on, Henry.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Henry's a rockin' this morning.
That's right, I am. And now I'm shutting down the rocking part.
So he's 80 and still performing.
That's right. I mean, hey, it's just a number.
It is.
But think about how much performing he's done.
My God, an original Beatle.
Think about how much playing live without the ability to edit or to catch mistakes. He just had to do it.
Exactly.
Big left-handed bass player.
And a good one.
A talent, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're having a lot of, where everybody's watching the economy, worried about the economy, all those kind of things, and that's with good reason. But this one I saw on the Newswire this morning, Dateline Cyberspace, which has... an interesting spin to it, because the story is about a drastic financial makeover in the works at Revlon. The cosmetics maker that broke racial barriers and dictated beauty trends for much of the last century has now filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Oh, no.
Seeking bankruptcy protection. Revlon has been a mainstay on store shelves since it began like 90 years ago, spinning off a stable of household names from Almay to Elizabeth Arden. But lately it's lost market share to big rivals like Procter & Gamble and newer lines by celebrities and their legion of online followers. I wake up in the middle of the night and that girl, what is her name? The girl, the star of Grey's Anatomy?
Mm-hmm.
Ellen Pompeo.
Yeah, there you go. Ellen Pompeo. She's always on the TV at 3 o'clock in the morning selling makeup. When I wake up, at least.
Well, that's what my wife's watching.
That's right. She's watching Ellen Pompeo.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's hurting like the Revlon business. They filed Chapter 11. They'll figure something out.
I hope so.
Big company like that,
Yeah.
Revlon.
You just never think they'll go anywhere.
No, this is a big deal. This fellow right here is impressive. This is a guy that I like to look up to. He is an 83-year-old Japanese adventurer. He returned home Saturday after successfully completing his solo, non-stop voyage across the Pacific, becoming the oldest person to reach that milestone. Do you get it? He's 83. He's older than Paul McCartney.
Like you said, it's just a number.
He's 83. He sailed the Pacific. Kenichi Hori arrived in the Key Strait of Japan's western coast, completing his trans-Pacific voyage in 69 days. After leaving a yacht harbor in San Francisco in March, It was the latest achievement for the octogenarian's adventurer, who in 1962 became the first person in the world to successfully complete a solo nonstop voyage across the Pacific from Japan to San Francisco. So now I guess it was time to go back.
Wow.
He's 60 years later, he traveled the opposite route. Quote, I just crossed the finish line and I'm tired, he said, after reaching Japan in the early hours of Saturday. He said that his sailing boat, the Suntory Mermaid 3, is going to be towed after sunrise for an expected arrival at his home port of Shin Nishimiya Yacht Harbor in the evening. Local media said a welcome ceremony is going to be held Sunday. He was too tired he had to get some sleep before he could have the celebration. But can you believe that?
No,
83 years old, gets in a boat and sails from San Francisco back to Japan.
I just can't imagine the trials.
Yeah.
Be a
on that
bit
water.
of a, I was going to say rocky ride, but maybe there was no rocks, maybe.
Well, it's probably the best time of the year to do that, though, the Pacific, big ocean. And
Amazing.
Finally, this story, I don't know, we need, sometimes we need a story just to say,
Okay.
So think about this, James. There's a supermarket worker who spent $8,500 per year guzzling 30 cans of Pepsi a day for 2 decades. Says he's been cured after he was hypnotized. This guy is Andy Curry. He's 41. He downed a liter of the fizzy drink every morning and drank a further 9 liters each day. The Briton has sipped an estimated 219,000 cans of Pepsi. Nearly 18,000 pounds of sugar, or the equivalent of 7 million sugar cubes, since he first started drinking it in his 20s. Mr. Curry is from Bangor, a city in northern Wales, said, quote, I have loved the taste of a cold Pepsi. Nothing could beat it, and I just got hooked. I worked nights, so hooked is one word. I worked nights, so always liked the sugar rush to keep me going. I'd go through 4 or 5 2-liter bottles of Pepsi every day.
Oh, my goodness.
Quote, because I work at Tesco, which apparently is a grocery store in England, so he said I could just buy it straight after work and take it home. Curry is married, and he says he spent $25 a day on Pepsi, amounting to about $8,500 a year.
Oh, my goodness.
He said, it cost me a fortune. To be honest, I could have bought a car every year for the same amount that I was spending on Pepsi. I just needed to have it. As soon as I woke up, I'd go to the fridge and pour myself a large glass of Pepsi and just carry on throughout the day.
Hey, sugar is addictive. So.
It is. He's obviously proven it, He's
But you can live to tell.
219,000 cans of Pepsi.
Well, my hang-up is coffee, but...
cheeseburger, Pepsi.
I do like a Pepsi.
Yeah, well,
it's good.
That's right. Okay, that's all I have, unless y'all got something else. Brendan's looking. I'm looking at the monitor.
I'm trying not to give any sort of indication of what soft drink I would prefer.
Yeah, well,
because some I don't think are as good as others.
I've ever seen you walking up in the hallway with a soft drink around here.
I don't know if I
probably. Occasionally, but I usually don't walk up and down the hallway with it. I keep it in my office.
Okay,
maybe like a styrofoam cup.
You don't guzzle, right?
No, I do.
Oh,
I'm
you
a
do
guzzler.
guzzle.
Not that much though. I don't drink 2 liters or anything.
For breakfast.
That's right. Man, you got to cover a meeting tonight. Get me 3 extra 2 liters.
No,
and a shot of insulin.
That might pump me up for a minute, but I'll come crashing down.
Yeah, the crash is rough.
That's right.
Okay, guys, that's what we have for today in the way of tidbit news, and we'll resume our quest for more tidbit news tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
All right.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, but if you have joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it sucks the fun out of living. But I have fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. Regenerative medicine is the hottest thing going. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, and putting them into your aching joints. This exciting in-office non-surgical surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints, giving you real lasting relief from pain. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Yes, you can get real relief from pain with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. Call 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500.
All right, we've got, let's see, we got James Coates coming in over here on the Big Willie with his program called The Trader. Folks love The Trader, so come around for that. Brendan Crane will have local news. People love the local news, so you got a tough choice in there to do that. And that's coming up straight ahead here on WCLU. Good Morning Live. We like the fact that you join us each and every day here on WCLU. If I can get this song to crowbar in here, I'm going to play it. On the way to the news, we're going to take the downtown train to the 8 o'clock hour. A little Rod Stewart for you here on WCLU.